So there are some disturbing facts out there that are proving without a shadow of a doubt that Americans are suffering financially, economically, their income being drastically affected by the high prices of inflation and just trying to live life. As I'm going to explain and share from some basic comments on a recent video of some folks out there who are towards, more than likely, towards the lower end of the middle class income spectrum, possibly low income, working class, poor families that are just getting pounded hard by inflation. Let's dive right into this first one here. This is from real world boots on the ground intel. I work in the parts and service department for a GM dealership. I can tell you that we have gone from cash paying of car repairs to a lot of people using some Sunbeam credit services to pay for repairs. Just last month, out of 21 dealers in our company, people charged $273,000 to their Sunbeam credit. That is a big deal. Obviously, we know that vehicles are expensive and replacing them is really just not a great option right now with as expensive as they are, how much they cost, and how little your trade is going to be worth now that vehicle prices are declining, vehicle values are trending downward, and interest rates are going up. So if you're not paying cash, then you're paying more. And so you have to make sure that the vehicle that you have is operational, functioning properly, safe, sound, and can get you from point A to point B, where point B is more than likely your job and source of income, possibly multiple point Bs, as a lot of folks have to have more than one job nowadays to even keep up with the rate of inflation. Another says that credit is exploding because people cannot make ends meet. So they're having to use credit cards for food and basic monthly needs, which is 100% true. It's honest. I have no qualms with this comment whatsoever. Now, granted, this isn't everyone, but for a large portion of somebody's credit is exploding because they can't make ends meet. And the only real problem with that is credit is to be used as a tool, not as a means of basically financing day to day. Credit should be used for emergencies. Credit should be used for safety, depending on where the transaction occurs, so it doesn't give certain merchants access to directly to your checking accounts. Credit should be used for promotional services to get points, statement credits, benefit you as the credit card holder, not to pay for daily necessities and to make ends meet like food and basic monthly needs. Because if you're using a credit card for those, that means eventually you're going to run out of credit, and then you're going to run out of the ability to finance the food and basic monthly needs. And I'm not going to sit here and push side hustles and passive income streams and building businesses on you, but I will let you know that those options do exist. And as always, you can contact me. My information is in the description. Next comment, facts. I'm using my credit card more and more. I have no choice. The food bills are rising. Use all my savings. I will have to liquidate my stocks soon. This totally sucks. Yes, it does. And unfortunately, many American families are being squeezed. They're being forced into these situations of just completely being swallowed up and wiped out. Yes, perhaps, maybe this is directly related to the Great Reset, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be the victim. You're only the victim if you allow yourself to be the victim. And here you have options. I've blown through my savings. That means you had savings to begin with. That's a plus. I'm going to have to liquidate my stocks. You're choosing that as an option. I get it. However, there could be other options. There could be ways of working on your budget, improving your budget, increasing your income, making some adjustments and some tweaks so that you don't have to liquidate stocks and you can go back to start to building up that savings again. But if you allow them to take over and allow this to swallow you up without putting up a fight, then yes, sure, this will suck for you and your family. And if you've blown through your savings and you're soon going to liquidate your stocks, which is probably at the worst time to do so, then you have nothing else to fall back on. And I say this is the worst time to do so because you want to buy low, sell high. Well, the stock market, for the most part, is low. Therefore, you're going to be losing money. You're going to be losing the opportunity of money and wealth because you're selling at the absolute worst time. And it's like, if you think about it from the big picture, this is exactly what they want. They want that redistribution of wealth, which is why they're putting the squeeze on so many and backing them into a corner, forcing them to liquidate and give up all the goods at a fraction of the price so that guess who's going to come up and scoop them all up and then drive the values back up, making it almost next to impossible for you to get back in. Pay attention, folks. This is real stuff. Now, this inflation is killing me, especially food and service costs. I don't know if increased rates are good for me as I pretty much live paycheck to paycheck. I'm trying to save. I had a savings, but I had to put $3,500 in my car. And this is exactly what I was talking about, where the minimum standard, basically, that most Americans should have based on financial gurus, multimillionaires, billionaires, economists, financially sound folks out there say 3 to 12 months. With the average monthly expenses running about $5,000, $5,000 to $6,000 a month for most families, that means 3 months is anywhere from 15 to 18 grand in savings. And if $3,500 for a car repair is basically wiping your savings, then we got to work on one, increasing your savings, increasing your income, two, reducing your expenses so that, $3,500 may be 3 months. Probably not, but if we could get your expenses down lower, then that $3,500 would be better. But this is real talk because inflation is killing so many different people in this country right now, especially food and service costs. Food is through the roof. It's crazy. And increased rates are only going to make it worse. And people who are already living paycheck to paycheck are most vulnerable and most at risk. And for the folks who've reached out to me via email, who have joined the group, I'm going to be getting to you guys as quickly as possible. I got a lot of things I'm working on for you, and I think it's going to be very helpful, very beneficial. You are going to have to do it. I can't do it for you, but I can point you in some of the right directions and let you guys know what options exist out there. I'm one of those. Savings gone. Recently maxed credit cards. Barely still making rent. Had to ask mom for food to feed my kids. I'm college educated and work a good job, making almost 50K with benefits. This is expletive. I can't put that on here. Last time I dropped the F-bomb, people got all bent out of shape, so I'm not going to do it. So savings is gone. That's crazy. Recently maxed credit cards. This is becoming more of a reoccurring common theme. Barely still making rent. And the credit cards, maxing credit cards for most people, probably 10 grand. And honestly, like, if I were to max my credit cards, I'm going to be in some deep trouble because that would probably be like, $300,000 of credit that gets maxed out. But for most, 10 grand is like the max, probably spread out across a few different cards. And that's already a problem within itself. But at the same time, I have all this credit that I'm not going to use. Like, granted, if there was some insane opportunity out there and I needed all that credit, sure. But for the most part, these credit card companies, they give you the ability to use it because they want you to, because they want the transaction fees that they receive from the merchants, and they want you to possibly not pay it off in full, and they'll start getting some of that interest. So the more they give you, you're likely to use more. If that makes sense. Don't do it. All right. So barely still making rent, had to ask mom for food to feed my kids. I'm glad that mom was there to help you out. This family, this network, that is great. Unfortunately, I know that there are some out there that don't have that to fall back on. If you have some friends, if you got a good network, maybe it's not directly your immediate family, but we all do need to work together to try to help collectively get through this. I'm college educated and work a good job making almost 50K with benefits. If you've got a degree, I want to see you making over 100K. I don't care. If you've gone to college, if you spent the time, if you put the effort in, if you carried that expense of college, I want to see you making 100K. End of story. With the benefits, without, I want to see you making 100K. Even if it's your own business, you can get your own benefits. The benefits, don't let that tie you down to a job. But we do have to have a plan and a strategy to get through this. unless your plan is just to get wiped out, because that is the direction that we're going. Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve, they've already announced interest rates are going up. They're going to slow the economy. They're going to eliminate jobs. This is their plan. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Maybe in the off chance the Fed pivots, but if the Fed pivots, then we're going to see hyperinflation and a deep recession, possible depression, and then it's going to be even worse. Then you're definitely going to be on your own. So just opened my 5th credit card. Inflation is destroying me and my family. I don't know how many times I can say this. This is what's going on. 5th credit card. Just opened it. If you're opening a credit card for the purpose of using it to sustain life, that means you're not going to be paying off the other 4. This is not good, y'all. If y'all want to talk about this more in depth, comment below. Hit me up. My information is in the description. Come on over, join the group. Let's get these problems solved before they become big problems, because that's the direction we're going. And, if we do see the Fed pivot and they do pump money into the economy, it's going to be short-lived and it's not going to be good. You guys, please pay attention to these warning signs. Share this video with anybody you think is going to be helpful and beneficial to. Check out this video here. This is going to be a good one. Check out this playlist. It's got a lot of financial and economic money-saving information in it. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.